What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of X that just came out on early access for VOD. It's expensive, but holy shit. So I have been late to the game on this movie. I knew that it was good. I heard from all the right people that this was an amazing movie. I had no doubt in my mind that I was going to enjoy this movie because of how well everybody was talking about this. I did see the trailer, and it did definitely make me curious. I got some vibes from different movies just from the trailer alone, but I had no idea what to expect really going into this film. So what is X from 2022 all about? Well, it's a time period piece that takes place in 1979, where a group of indie film porn makers are renting a boarding house and a farm in the middle of nowhere, Texas. When they get there, they didn't tell the owners that they were going to be filming because it's better to ask for forgiveness than to beg for acceptance. And one thing leads to another, and slowly everybody starts dying in absolutely fucking gloriously brutal and sometimes funny ways. This movie is directed by Ty West, who also wrote this. He is one of the guys that did House of the Devil, which is a lot of people's favorite movie because it does this style of filmmaking to make the film look and feel like it comes directly out of a certain era. He's good at this. He also did The Sacrament and a few others. The Innkeepers was one big one that a lot of people first found out about Ty West. Now, I like all those films, and I'm, kind of a fan. I know that he's got the chops, but I honestly think that X is probably Ty West's best movie he's ever done. One of the best films this year. I'm just going to say it. This movie stars a lot of really great people, like Kid Cudi's in this movie, which is just weird. We also have Mia Goth, of course, Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, and Owen Campbell, of course, is in this movie. And everybody tends to pull their weight in this movie very well. It's a little bit of a schlocky idea that somehow in Ty West's weird brain has made this entire schlocky story work in not only an artistic way, but a meaningful way. Now, a lot of people are going to say to themselves, oh yeah, pornographic filmmakers, hell yeah, sex, sex, sex. Well, there's definitely sex in this movie. And sometimes people are a little turned away by that, and some people like that. Like a lot of our slasher friends love that shit. And for me, it's whatever. It's nothing shocking. But in this movie, it has a perfect balance between the two, so it's not overwhelming, and it does show a little bit for both sides, I guess. So I think both sides will appreciate this movie. Not that that's all this movie is about, because in the middle of all of that going on, there's an amazing score that's going on. There's a lot of really great direction and character building that's going on as you're following these characters to their deaths. There's also some really weird parts in the movie that Ty West, I don't know if it's the editor's choice or who it is, but I am pretty sure it's Ty West here, mirrors different people and segments of music, sort of like a music video. And what he's doing by doing that is kind of conveying an emotion between two characters in the movie who are very similar. And he executes this perfectly. Not only is there this porn thing going on that you're like, should I be watching this? And you're watching it anyway. But there's also some like actual sentimental value in this and kind of like an understanding of what people's mindset are who do this sort of business or who don't do this sort of business. And they sort of rationalize with it. It's not to pick on any one side. It's really just showing the whole thing. All the while doing some extremely graphic and very tense-filled moments that are very disturbing at times, because there is some moments in the film where they build the suspense up and it does nothing. And I loved it because it's the suspense buildup that keeps you locked in. It hooks you in and pulls you in more and more. And I started getting really excited while I was watching this. I don't mean sexually. Calm down, you fucking idiots. Just to be clear. Anyway, they do a really good job of everything in this movie, and there's a really good kind of tie-in to everything by the end of the movie. But this is all done with some seriously over-the-top graphic gore, some kind of what the fuck moments. And there's even some moments in this film that one of the characters in this film is actually doing twice the amount of work. That's all I'll say. Mia Goth, I thought, did a fantastic job. Everyone does a really good job of playing their parts. I think they all filled the shoes of these characters perfectly, and I think that it was written and directed well enough to make you care about these characters while also kind of going for the ride. Now, this movie's done so well. Apparently, they're going to be doing a sequel to this movie. It's a type of sequel, I'll just say that. That is going to continue this movie and take us somewhere in a couple of months, supposedly. They're wrapping up the whole thing right now, so if you're excited about this movie, there's another one coming that's going to explain a lot. I just love this picture. I thought it was awesome. I thought this was exactly what horror fans want while doing something more than just a horror movie to those who don't really like them. This is outstanding work. They do not skimp on anything except the clothes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just making a joke here. It's actually a really good movie. I would give this at least a 9 out of 10. This is probably my favorite movie so far this year, if not a 9.5. I mean, this is hitting on all cylinders, guys. If you haven't seen it, is it worth the $20 to rent early access? I mean, I understand. I did because I've been wanting to see this movie so bad, but I know that a lot of you might not want to, but just know that in due time, you will see a really great movie. Fortunately, nobody spoiled it for me. There's some pretty good surprises in the movie, some that I caught on to, some that I didn't. You get the idea. I hope you enjoyed this film, and I hope you get to see this film. This is something that is definitely great cinema. I mean, we're talking the opening scene of this entire fucking movie. I was locked to the screen, and what Ty West and everybody that's involved in this movie did is a feat. So thank you for making great cinema. I loved it. This is my favorite film by far this year. And if we can get more like this year, shit, we're doing good. So we got The Sadness coming up. I got that on order for 4K, so we'll see. Maybe that one's gonna be another one. But thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.